Welcome back to my channel. I'm AspieAnswersAll and welcome to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. Basically right now I'm going to be talking about an example here basically on the topic of AEs and dealing with public places. So this example is, imagine yourself walking down the street on the footpath heading to a shopping mall or what have you. As we know, there is always bound to be a lot of heavy loud traffic around us, buzzing past us, be it cars, trucks and the like, so out on the roads, as well as while we're walking down these streets on footpaths. Basically there's be loud music thumping around and some cars that may be driving, be it boy racers, hooning around showing off their new toy and whatever else it may be. While this is going on in the background, however, while you're walking on the footpath with this example, as you're heading into town, or as I said, the shopping centre, exactly, there'll be loud hushed whispers, with people whispering, laughter from them, humming or buzzing sound maybe buzzing through inside our heads, causing a real bad effect of, your, heart's rate starts to raise, your hands begins to sweat and whatnot. While you're walking down the street or footpath, you're trying to look up and down and around your surroundings, and maybe while there's a lot of people around, you're trying to avoid eye contact as much as possible. Also, sometimes if you try to avoid as much eye contact, or sometimes you want to feel to just share basically of the eye contact, or want to engage with people around you, you feel that this classic signs and symptoms, basically there's no voice coming out while you want to do it. But then again, the question I would like to ask is, what do you do, or can you do, and does this sound familiar to you? Basically, do you want to just basically use the word avoidance as an option, or another classical option is, do you just want to tackle this feeling head on? Well, as you know, basically this classic example is a well-known one for most of us autistics or allistics alike, basically, at this clinical time of what I've just shared in this clinical example, basically. I want to share this basically as a tip and advice factor for people on that scale, basically, as well as maybe if people maybe see people that are, autistic or allistic alike, to just hopefully basically give you the heads up on the answer to this, of these tips and advice, or on how you can face it every day. Because obviously not just people with AEs and autism may suffer this everyday classic sign of what I've just shared of, dealing with public places with the clinical signs of anxiety, meltdowns, or whatever stages that they go through. Basically anyone could probably go through it, as I say. Anyway, an answer to this, before I wrap it on, hopefully it will be a short one, is basically number one. If I was in your shoes, well, in this example, I'll try to visualise my surroundings, visualise people's behaviours, and, trying to shapeshift, Basically, I've said this so many times before what a shapeshift is all about, so I'll shapeshift into that zone, change into that character, be it laughter, happy, whatever, of that particular someone that's around me, basically. And try to find a happy place in me, while I'm in that zone, to try and keep calm and at peace at myself. I will then transit or change to that particular character that will suit that environment, as well as, just basically the part I'm at, be it, for example, as that classic one, I'm coming into the store, there's a lot of people around me, basically I'll just maybe pause for a moment, and then observe my surroundings, trying to be in my own zone and go about it. But just to give you the heads up, if you want to know more about this, for more understanding about what I'm talking about of this term shape-shifting, I have made some shape-shifting series under socialisation, I think, in my playlist, so feel free to, when you have time, maybe to have a look at it, so that you can get a better understanding to what I'm sharing with you all. So, yeah. Number two, though, however, while this is going on in public places, this is, be it what I've just said, maybe again is similar to number one. Observe people's behaviours and attitudes, and maybe just mimic and copy these behaviours around you, basically. While doing this, though, however, mimicking and copying these behaviours, breathe in, breathe out. Or shall I say, try using the breathing technique here, as you'll do this, basically, it should hopefully maintain your composure and you'll be calm and yourself at ease and whatnot. Number 3. Okay, this will lead to the point where you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed at this stage. You know, another, again, is breathing technique, you know, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And while doing this, holding your breath in for a few seconds as you're maybe doing this, be it, you know, maybe 4 or 5 seconds or more or less, count to 10 and then let go on the 4 or 5 seconds, you know, and just keep repeating the, you know, cycle over and again until you feel that you're calm and at peace and that your surroundings around you is the way you want it. Number 4 for this tip is, again, similar to number 3, is another one is what I said to you is some of this will be similar, is while I'm holding my breath in for 4 or 5 seconds or counting to 10, I might end up humming, basically, and then let go for 5, 5, 6 and repeat. You know, sometimes this will help me. It may not help for others, you know, for this tips and more that I'm sharing. But this helps me while I'm in that zone, trying to be at peace and stuff, you know. And then, basically, you know, finding that happy place again. And another one is number 5 for this tip is basically, again, if you're anxious or overwhelmed. Step 3 and 4 goes hand in hand together, but furthermore, be sure to be in your happy place or zone. And while in that tip number 4, however, basically, many people may laugh at this, but it may work. Sing or dance if you have to. You know, don't worry what others people may say or think about you while you're doing this, while you're trying to calm down in that meltdown or whatever stage you're at, you know, with these levels of your anxiety versus your, you know, meltdowns and whatever it may be that's causing these classic signs and symptoms that I've just shared with you as that example. You know, what matters to you, though, is that you're at peace, basically. You're in your happy zone place, you know, as you're observing your, surroundings. And basically, at the end of it, you know, you never know. It may work for you. But then again, you know, never know. Many people may laugh, many people may just point the finger, whatever. But again, who cares? Last but not least for this is some people you may see that are autistic or autistic or just plain out has different other conditions with them. They may end up taking their headphones with them, basically, and plant them in their, you know, ears or whatever. Or if they're those big ones, they'll put them over their ears. And some of them may just zone out to their music or whatever it is that's on in that headset versus their voice recorder, whatever it may be that they're carrying at that time, you know. Some will just feel that they're at peace in that kind of retrospect, you know. Sometimes, you know, when they're in a calmer state, you can at least, you know, approach that person and check up on them, you know, asking them, oh, I saw you had a meltdown stage, basically, just checking up to see if you're okay. So are you okay at this moment of time, you know, just see if you can include them and actually engage with that person that you saw that may have that classic, you know, signs and symptoms of what I shared and that classic example on how to deal with public places, because, you know, everyone's different, you know. Well, this basically ends it of the tips and advice that I can think of. Basically, feel free to comment below of any that I may have missed off that may be of use to others around, you know, basically, so that, you know, gives the people pointers about it. Another one is basically just feel free to just maybe share your stories, maybe if you have to, about how you deal with your situations, be it in a public place or talking to people or whatever it may be. Basically, is a challenge for you all, basically, right now. And also, basically, follow me on Twitter or Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. As always, basically, share my videos around also to friends and family as an encouragement, motivation tool, as well as if you have to, if you feel to, subscribe to my channel for daily, weekly updates, like I said, of everyday topics I feel hopefully to share with you all, regardless what it may be. Because obviously, like I said, I want to encourage and motivate people. So, and all further ado, guys, love what you do what you love yourself, take care of yourself, you know, be at peace in yourself. You know, thanks for your support, thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you all again soon.